In this week's news roundup, Wakefield men charged over home invasion, man airlifted after motorcycle crash in Rye Valley, and woman stung multiple times by wasps. 2 Wakefield men have been charged in relation to a home invasion at a rural Brightwater property last Saturday evening. A 60-year-old man appeared in the Nelson District Court on Thursday this week, charged with aggravated burglary, wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm and unlawful possession of a pistol. He entered no plea and was remanded in custody to reappear on the 17th of April 2013. A 35-year-old man was due to appear on Friday this week. He will also face charges of aggravated burglary, wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm and unlawful possession of a pistol. The victim, a 47-year-old man, was at home with his 10-year-old child when the incident occurred at about 9:45 p.m. last Saturday. He was badly beaten and spent a night in Nelson Hospital being treated for his injuries. The child was uninjured. A German tourist was airlifted on Thursday afternoon by the Nelson Marlborough Rescue Helicopter from the Rye Valley township. He had been riding his motorbike and ended up colliding with a vehicle in the township. He was treated by the helicopter's onboard St John Intensive Care paramedics at the scene for injuries and flown to Nelson Hospital. Earlier that day, the Nelson Marlborough Rescue Helicopter flew to St Arnaud, where a woman had suffered a severe allergic reaction after being stung multiple times by wasps at her property. It's understood her husband rushed her to the Nelson Lakes dock office and where staff administer her emergency adrenaline. She was then transported to Nelson Hospital by the rescue chopper in a serious condition. And now Nelson Mayor Aldo Miccio shares his views on shop closures and parking in Nelson's CBD. Basically, there's been a bit of concern out there that there's been some shop closures and which could be impacting on Nelson business.
Yeah, there's been an article in the Nelson Mail, but the Main Street retail environment in Nelson is very strong. You know, every month we're exceeding previous years' turnover along Trafalgar Street. It's very busy. It's going well. There's been a couple of shops moving out, but there's queues of people wanting to come into town. Anecdotally, I've spoken to people that are trying to get retail spots in Nelson, can't get them on Trafalgar Street, Hardy and Bridge. There's many national retailers trying to get into Nelson, and they just can't find the spots. So you'll find that prime spots will get taken very quickly. Some retailers, the mix is just not right for them for Nelson. I mean, Nelson is a boutique shopping environment. People look for the entertainment value. It's not like shopping more commodity supermarket type shopping. So it's about a day out. It's about going to restaurants. It's about going to cafes. It's about the boutique shopping for clothing, sort of like more of the high-end stuff. And it also caters to the people, of course, in the immediate area that come here for their commodity type stuff. But the Nelson Strip shopping environment is probably one of the best in the country. And it's doing very well. I mean, you very rarely see an empty shop on Trafalgar Street. It'll get snapped up straight away. We've got someone moving out now, I think, KK Clothing, but that will be filled. That will be filled almost immediately. Nelson downtown area is very strong shopping area.
Fantastic. So the doom and gloom sort of negative perception is sort of unwarranted, really.
Oh no, it's completely unwarranted. That's right. It's completely unwarranted. And people talk about there's more car park spaces left on Trafalgar Street, but that's a direct result of us changing our pricing strategy. We always used to have the same price for parks on Trafalgar Street as we had parks in the parking squares. So about a year and a half ago, I brought up a council, trying to manage that. Why wouldn't you charge more for your prime spots? So people that want to park out the front of shops, they get charged $2 an hour. And in the car parking spots, it's $1 an hour. So that way there you actually manage people to move them to the car parking spots and free up access at a greater rate on Trafalgar Street. So that's why you probably still see more empty parking spots in the off-peak hours of early morning and late afternoon on Trafalgar Street than you did before. So there's actually increased number of parking in the car parking squares. So there is more people coming into town.
Fabulous. And Free Parking Tuesday's working well?
Yeah, Free Parking Tuesday's working well. The retailers love that. They can put promotions around that and get that out to the public. And so Free Parking Tuesdays has been, we've had 2 years of it now, and it's been a great success. Next year, I'm looking to actually extend the time further. This year we extended it, made it a bit longer, the period, and we'll extend it again next year, and we'll look to also possibly making it Tuesdays and Wednesdays next year. So it's gone really well, especially those off-peak seasons in the middle of winter. It sort of gives retailers something they can actually focus promotions around, or sales around, or different events or releases around. So it just helps add to the actual, I guess, promotion of the CBD. But our CBD, what we have in our CBD in terms of boutique entertainment experience is what they try to replicate in artificial environments and shopping malls. But our downtown area is easily one of the best strip shopping areas in the country.
Changes are afoot around food services for patients in hospitals around the country. Health Minister Tony Ryle says Health Benefits Limited is the agency that represents the country's 20 DHBs who are working together to save money in back office areas, and which is currently consulting with unions on a proposal to streamline District Health Board food services. He says the health service is looking at how they can provide a better service with improved quality of food, but in a more collective way that saves money which can be ploughed into frontline services. He says the vast majority of hospital kitchens are already contracted out to private businesses. Tony Ryle says the consultation could see 2 or more major new kitchens providing food services across the country, which would result in a number of other hospital kitchens being downsized by HBL, which says that food quality would be maintained and improved. New Zealand First Health spokesperson Barbara Stewart says kitchen closures would result in up to 1,300 people losing their jobs. She says it's unclear at this stage exactly how many jobs will be lost in provincial New Zealand under the plan to replace freshly cooked food with microwavable TV dinners. Nelson Marlborough DHB General Manager Corporate Services Nick Lanigan says Health Benefits Limited, representing the 20 DHBs, is examining ways to find collective savings in the health sector. He says this includes looking at food services nationally and how money saved in this area could be channelled into frontline services. Nick Lanigan says there's currently a recommendation that a business case be developed looking at how food services might move to a national delivery model, and this will include consultation with staff and unions before a final decision is made. Natureland is in the news again over its future to remain open, and we discovered that it has become many things to many people since it opened in 1961. Some, we've been told by staff, have quibbled over the cost of entering the park for the equivalent cost of an adult paying the entry price of 2 cups of coffee and 1 cup for a child, which is less expensive, says Natureland manager Gail Sutton, than going to a state theatre movie. Since Orana Park took over the zoo's management in 2008, various new programs have been introduced, and one which has taken off is the education of school children in the region. Last week we asked people on the streets of Nelson if the animal park should stay or go.
I think Natureland should probably close.
I think it should stay open. I think the council should take it over.
Yeah. Keep it where it is.
Keep it where it is, yes, I'd say so, yes.
Oh, it shouldn't close, no. It should carry on.
Oh, I think the local train, choo-choo train thing should go right through there, and Natureland should be sold off. It's been a burden for far too long.
Oh no, it's pretty cool, I think, for the kids to have it there. Yeah.
This week we went down to Natureland to see what was actually going on down there and to talk to people we met about what Natureland means to them.
How often do you get to come here?
Actually, this is only the second time I've been here, and last time was about 2 years ago with school. It's a fantastic resource for us to come here, and at the moment we're doing a topic called Is This an Animal? So the children are learning all about different types of vertebrates, about mammals and fish, reptiles, birds, and this is just the end part of their topics, so they'll be able to put all their learning into place when they come here and use their new knowledge.
It's a really exciting place to be, isn't it, for young children?
It's a fabulous place for them to be. They see so much more here than we can possibly provide for them in the classroom, and they just came into the classroom this morning over the moon that they were going. They've been looking forward to this trip for ages.
Yes. Now, with the children's educational program here, it looks like many schools are opting to take advantage of the facilities here at Natureland.
Oh, definitely. When we were planning our topic, one of our first thoughts was where can we actually take the children so that they can see what we've been teaching and see it in practice. And Natureland really is the first choice, but also it's the only choice. So we really need this facility here in Nelson.
Brian, you're one of the parents here today with this great group of kids. Now, they look to be having quite a ball.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Now, is this your first time here?
Yeah, it is my first time here. Yeah.
Are you going to come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as an educational resource, do you think this is an invaluable resource?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Yep. The kids get to come along and touch and see and experience animals they wouldn't see everywhere else. So, yep.
So how would you feel if this was to close down?
I'd be disappointed. This has been here for quite a while.
Yeah.
And my boys always come past here and want to come in here and have a look at it. They love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's an opportunity today that you'll take up again?
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this your first time to Natureland?
No, we've been before.
Now, how would you feel if something like Natureland, like if Natureland closed?
It would be quite disappointing. I mean, there's not much for the kids to do in Nelson, so Natureland should stay open. It should be funded and
yeah. And when you say kids, what age group are you talking about?
Well, I've got from ages 1 to 10, and they all love coming here. So, I mean, I'm a big kid too, and I like coming here too.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of special.
It is.
It's been going since 1961.
Crikey, yeah. I mean, we had wee Megan's first birthday here as well. So yeah, it's a special wee place, and we do like coming down. Did she?
How do you think something like this should be funded?
I'm not actually quite sure. I think probably through the council it should be funded like all the other zoos in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is your favourite thing so far that you've seen?
The Pookie car.
Oh, really? That was hand raised, that Pookie car, isn't it lovely? And so, is this your first time to Natureland?
2 times.
Right. Do you think you'll come again?
Yes.
Now, if Natureland closed, how would you feel about that?
Sad.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because I might be want to go there.
Now, is this your first time to Natureland?
No. I've already been when I was a little baby with my mum.
Right. Would you like to come again?
Yep. We're going with my whole class. And it's one more class came with our class.
Right. And what's your favourite thing you've seen today so far?
The birds.
Right. And Dan, how would you feel if Natureland were to close?
Really bad.
Yeah. Now, darling, what do you like most about Natureland?
The birds.
The birds. Any particular bird?
No.
No. Have you been here before today?
No.
Would you like to come again?
Yes.
Would you be sad if Natureland closed?
Yes.
Thank you very much, darling.
Property values continue their upward ascent in Nelson, Tasman. Latest QV statistics for February 2013 shows the average current value of homes in Tasman is $400,000, which is a 1.2% lift on 12 months ago. Meanwhile, Nelson house values climbed 0.3% in February. The current value of homes in Nelson is now at $389,000. The Roman machines have now arrived in Nelson on the first stop on a museum tour of New Zealand. The exhibition was packed firmly into a container which was shipped from Adelaide, arriving here in Nelson only a week ago. After a few hiccups, it was able to be assembled by hard-working museum staff who had been busy preparing the room weeks prior, with the last-minute touches taking place right up until the 11th hour. A host of invited guests and dignitaries were present on the evening of Friday the 5th for the official opening of this exhibition, bringing to life the scenes and real-life interactive displays of the days of the Roman Empire. The exhibition, featuring 30 machines, was situated in the upstairs gallery by museum staff under the careful eye of touring manager and chief executive of Artisans of Florence International, Luigi Rizzo. Nelson Provincial Museum Chief Executive Peter Millwood's former involvement with the Da Vinci exhibition back in 2005 was where he befriended Luigi Rizzo, and he attributes that to having led to the exhibition's arrival here in Nelson. Peter Millwood has said that the response has been great from schools around the region, with more than 2,500 school children booked to visit the exhibition during school hours. And after the break here on Mainland Television News, Tasman Mayor talks draft annual plan and police attacked at Nelson Facebook party.
TV in the South Island goes digital on 28 April. If you don't have Freeview, Sky, Igloo or Telstra Clear TV by then, this is what you'll see on your TV.
Get your hands on some Roman technology. Discover the amazing legacy of this great empire. Check the Nelson Provincial Museum website for special ticket deals.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after-sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
FAV Mobile Solutions are the scooter, walker and wheelchair specialists for the Nelson region. Call in and see the huge range available. Take one for a free test drive and pick up your free booklet guide. They also provide a rescue service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. Come in and see Robin and the friendly team at FAV Mobile Solutions in the Richmond Free Car Park opposite the Old Town Hall.
As the deadline for submissions draws near, Mainland's Chrissy Small discusses the 2012-2013 draft annual plan with Tasman Mayor Richard Kempthorne.
Submissions, how are they going?
Submissions are going well. So we've had meetings. I think we've had about 6 to 8 meetings so far. We've got 3 or 4 to go, and attendance has not been really full. It's been sort of lightish, but we've had a good number of people and people coming in really interested in what is in the plan, right, what changes the council's making, and particularly we've been talking about the changes that we've made to the long-term plan to try and bring the cost of rates down, and particularly focusing on affordability. And people generally really appreciate that. I suspect that might be one of the reasons we've got a slightly lower turnout, because we have done a lot to bring the rate increase down.
So people look as though they could be quite happy with the way the plan is.
Well, I think there will always be challenges and there will always be issues that people want to highlight to us. One of the big issues this year is the way council uses debt, and we use debt to try and keep the cost of rates affordable and lower, but people are concerned about the use of debt, so we've had quite a discussion on that and a number of other topics.
What about the plan change for water management on the Waimea Plains?
That's a big process which is just about to go out for public consultation. We've had a round of meetings, 3-day meetings, afternoon and evening meetings so far, and so that has been before the draft plan change has gone out for public comment and consultation, but it's to give people a heads up of what's coming. And what the plan change is all about is how do we manage water on the Waimea Plains. It's not, this process is not about whether we have a dam or not. So what the council will have to do with this plan change is say, if we have a dam, what will be the rules around the use of water? And if we don't have a dam, what will the rules be, and how will water be allocated? And the two scenarios are completely different, and we've tried to make that really clear to people. And it certainly has raised issues for a number of people that have come to the meetings, and I'm sure we will hear about that once we start consulting on the plan change, which is just about to go out to the community.
Right. Now, Richard, can you tell me what is happening with the Lee Valley Dam?
Sure. As we said before, we're going through the plan change for water, so that's one of the aspects that we're looking at right now. We're then also at this stage going through peer reviewing the cost of the dam, and that's a really important function. The last time that the cost of the dam was looked at was about 2.5 years ago. And so we're now re-looking at what the cost is estimated to be now, and we have to have that information, which isn't available yet, so that will be available later this year, so that we can then look at the funding model and affordability of the dam for the people who are going to pay for it. And there's quite a lot of different parties paying for it. Irrigators will be paying a portion of it. Abstractive users, irrigators are one, and the Council for Urban Supply is another very significant user who will be paying for it, and ratepayers coming through in our urban water supply charges. And the other thing we've got to look at is, with the funding model, what other opportunities are there from other organisations, like Nelson City Council may be involved, the government hopefully will be involved, but we've got to work through all of those issues and sort them out. Then we can go and talk to particularly irrigators and people in the urban supply area about the costs that will impose upon them. And we have to do that before we can make a decision about whether we proceed. Another aspect that we're looking at is land purchase in the area of the dam, so that the footprint of the dam is secure, and talking to landowners in that area. And the other very significant work that is about to happen is preparing for a resource consent for the dam, because there's no point having all of this work if there's not a consent. That will take a considerable amount of time and money, and that will be working through in conjunction with these other work streams.
So when do you think this time frame will end where actually the dam can start to be built?
I would say that if we're looking at the resource consent, we're looking at a couple of years, and in that time we have to also have the discussion with the people in the community about the costs of the dam and get the final go-ahead.
So meanwhile, with the climate change the way it's been, with the extremely hot and dry weather, it's just basically people keep their belts tightened on water usage, and one day we'll probably be able to relax a little bit on that.
Well, that's absolutely right. And what we've seen, even just in this year, the first part of this year, we've seen the longest period of dry weather since records began in 1929. So that was 34 days without rain. That's the longest period we've had. And the other thing we've had this year is we're slightly above average for rainfall for this year. And they say with climate change we can expect to see more drought and more floods, and we've certainly been seeing both.
And I guess submitters will be able to still put in their submissions until the 22nd of April.
That's right. The annual plan submissions deadline is 4 p.m. on the 22nd of April.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor Kempthorne, for your time today and explaining a few of the issues that affect a lot of people in this region.
Yeah, thank you very much. We can certainly see with water and the Lee Valley Dam and the use of the Waimea Basin, it's a huge issue for our community and for the council. It's probably the biggest one we will have for 10 to 20 years. Thanks very much for your time. And finally, last Saturday night, a party organised via Facebook, which was held in Stoke, was attended by around 300 teenagers. It's understood police became aware of a party planned to take place at a private address where the parent was away, so police visited the teenage organisers multiple times in advance, giving them lots of advice about host responsibilities. During the course of the evening, police started to receive calls from neighbours, and by 8 p.m. there were close to 300 people either at the address or nearby. Around 20 police were tied up for an hour and a half, closing the party down. It's understood some officers were assaulted by drunken youths, property was damaged, and a police car windscreen was smashed. Police spokeswoman Barbara Dunn says while there was only one arrest, the party caused a lot of disruption to neighbours and police. A similar situation also occurred in Hamilton last Saturday night, where 300 partygoers attending A similar situation also occurred in Hamilton last Saturday night, where 300 partygoers attending a party arranged via Facebook pelted police with bottles, and numerous people were arrested.
Waimea Telecommunications, specializing in free-to-air satellite TV, computer cabling, telephone systems, wireless and broadband internet installations. Call Julian Toon on 544-4203.
Thought you were too old for laser vision correction? If you're between 40 and 65, you may still be eligible. Laser blended vision is a new treatment, offering you freedom from glasses and contact lenses. Get a suitability assessment or a brochure now. See more clearly. See the Eye Centre.
If you have a digital TV and you're watching Mainland Now, you should be able to switch between the digital and analogue TV channels, including Mainland TV. Most digital TVs can switch between the digital and analogue TV channels. If you need help tuning into the new digital TV channels, please give us a call. Nelson TV and Video Services, 41 Halifax Street, Millers Acre Car Park.
And now some community notices and events to put in your diary. The Save the Children fundraiser is on from 9 AM until 12 PM this Saturday, the 13th of April, at the Stoke Hall on Main Road, Stoke. Also on Saturday, April 13th, around 200 students from Motueka High School, Garran College and Waimea College will be involved in the University of Otago Sheila Wynne Shakespeare Festival, with 40 student directors performing over 25 individual Shakespeare productions, roughly split between 15 minutes and 5 minutes. As well as acting and performances in English, there will be several dance interpretations, a performance in Te Reo Maori and a singing performance. Our festival on Saturday has Session 1 starting at 10 AM, Session 2 at 2 PM, with results from 6 PM, all open to the public and door sales are available. That's in the Waimea College Hall on Salisbury Road, Richmond. Adults are $5 and students $2, tickets from door sales only. And the Brook Waimarama Sanctuary will be joining the fun at the Farmers Market each Wednesday in April, where you can take this opportunity to support the sanctuary and show the world that you care about the future by sponsoring a fence post. There will be sanctuary volunteers on hand to answer any questions you might have. Plus there may even be a surprise creature or two in evidence. See you in the Farmers Market, Fashion Island in April. www.brooksanctuary.org. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thanks for joining us. Have a safe weekend, and we'll be back again next week with the latest news and events from around the region.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
If your eyesight is getting you into trouble, call the Wellington Eye Centre. We use some of the most advanced technology in the world. The Eye Centre. We'll get you seeing clearly.
How happy are you with the quality of your digital prints? And how safe are those precious memories stored on your computer? Hi, I'm Simon from Nelson City Cameras. Quality 6x4 prints are easy using one of our 8 photo kiosks. Join our loyalty club and print 30 photos or more, and the photos are only 39 cents each. As a member, you also get 50% off enlargements and other great benefits. But wait, there's even more. Our user-friendly kiosks allow you to create photo books, photo gifts, and even canvases. If you need a digital camera, binocular, tripod, we have a great range and selection, and our advice is free. We have a fantastic range of photo albums and picture frames to suit your needs and your budget. So print your memories. Don't hide them. Relive them. Come in and meet the team at Nelson City Cameras, Nelson's most experienced camera shop. 25 years serving Nelson.
Hi, I'm Duncan from Health 2000 Nelson and Richmond. At Health 2000, we are the experts in your good health and well-being. If you have questions about natural health, we can answer them. Health 2000 Nelson, Motueka, and our Richmond Mall store is now by the new entrance.